All right, there we go. So our mission is to help people find their passion. If you already know what it is, we want to help you follow it more consistently, right? And we also want to give you an opportunity to fund your passions as well. So I want to welcome everybody to the call. We're going to do a training today that is going to work for all of our opportunities. And for those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Megan Lynch. I will tell you guys really quickly my schedule. I always say that I take naps, especially when I'm in the midst of a launch. But I'll tell you my schedule because somebody asked, like, what's my work day look like? Well, typically, I'm up around I would say like 8:30, 9 o'clock in the morning, but I probably won't answer my phone. So if you guys call me in the morning, probably not going to answer you. I typically don't start answering people until around 10 o'clock because I have a schedule and it's super important to me. I don't go to bed early. I just can't, right? I don't have anywhere to be the next day. So my schedule typically is I get up around 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm still in bed. I have one of those beds that like reclines. I got one of those like vibrating reclining beds because when I was, uh, just when I was not making as much income, I don't know if you guys know this, but most people like they don't have beds. The last thing that they end up getting is like a comfortable bed to sleep in. When I was teaching high school, a lot of those kids who were struggling, they didn't have beds. They were sleeping on the couch. I mean, it's a really big thing. So one of the things I wanted to do is be able to help families just get beds for their kids. There's something about when you have your own stuff. Put a one in the chat if you guys agree with that. Um, and I'm very big on just social entrepreneurship. So one of the first things I did was I got myself a really great bedroom suit, really great mattress, and I have one of those reclining beds and it reclines up and I do love my bed. But I do want to tell you guys, I see your calls. I won't answer you though, just because I have an international team and I used to have Africa calling me at like 6, 7 in the morning. Well, I don't go to bed until like 3 a.m. or 4, right? Doesn't mean I'm answering my phone at that time, but when I get up at 9 a.m., I get up, recline myself, answer my emails, I get into my chats and I post things for the day. Think about what I'm doing for my business. It's probably the same thing that you guys do for your businesses or for other people's businesses or for your bosses. You get up in the morning, you have your daily routine, you drink your coffee, drive to work, you answer emails, you might have to go to some kind of meeting. If you worked at Walmart, ladies and gentlemen, they have a team meeting in the back every single day, right? Um, so I want you guys to get used to like a routine and treating these businesses that we get into like real businesses. So I do too. So I wake up in the morning, I answer those emails, I make flyers if I have to, I post. I typically don't get on the phone because my voice is a little raspy and I don't feel like talking to people in the morning. Now, if it's something that somebody scheduled with me and I have a big call to do, I'd answer the phone. But typically I make it a point not to answer people's phone calls until about 10 o'clock in the morning because I grind it out from 10 o'clock in the morning until I go to bed. Typically like until around like 1 a.m., sometimes 2 a.m. I'm either doing three-ways, Zooms, making videos, planning my next day. Write this down. Like I plan my next day at like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. So I know exactly like my main items I have to get done in the morning. I always feel like I do more in a couple hours than most people do in their business all week, right? Um, so I usually grind it out to about 1 or 2. I actually got this little game I've been playing like Pac-Man and Frogger. I can't beat that level 2 on Frogger. I don't know how old you guys are, but I got one of those like games that have 10,000 different games. I just get to debrief and be normal. And then I wake up and I do it all over again. And I actually love it. I meet a lot of new people every single day. But I work my business like it's a real business. Because if you want it to pay you like a real business, you'll work it like a real business. What I want to encourage you guys to do today is to take action. So I want you to write action in the chat. This time around, I'm going to tell you guys, for me in 2024, I am going to be very strategic with my time. I want you guys to be very picky and strategic with who you work with this year. Okay. People will waste your time, but it's your fault because you let them do it. Right. So you got to work with producers, because the days of just kind of hanging out and kumbaya and trying to scrape up dollars to get to a convention, we're not doing that in 2024. How many of you guys just put a 7 in the chat if you're ready to? You got money, right? I know some of you guys have money. We talk, right? You got money coming in from your job, you got great 401k, you got great retirement, all of those things. Well, as an entrepreneur, we typically don't have those things. So we're a little bit more hungry. We got to grind it out. If we don't kill it, we don't eat it. So I want you guys to be very specific and strategic with your time. Do not allow people to tell you what they're going to do. And if they do tell you, don't shoot them down. Just say, okay, this is what I do to people. All right, let's go. Do not be moved by what people say. You got to focus on the action behind it. And that's how you're going to be able to distinguish between who gets your time and who gets put on hold for a little bit, right? You don't have to answer everybody's phone calls. Focus on the ones that are going to do 80% of the work. Those are the 20%ers. And this is going to allow you to not be so upset with people, because 80% of the people in your organizations, right, are going to be the ones that are doing 20% of the work. 20% of the people in your organization are going to do 80% of the work. So everybody put 20% in the chat for me. I want you guys in the month of January to focus on working with the 20% of your organization. The 80% are still going to be there. They're going to show up at the convention. They're going to be dancing all up in the video, right? They like to hang out. They're not really that concerned about making a living. And there's a need for those individuals. They're called dolphins, right? We love dolphins. They're the life of the party, right? They don't make no money, but they're the life of the party, and you need those people. So you can have fun at the convention with those people, but don't be spending all your time getting ready to get ready with those people. Like, make those people work for your time. You're going to have those people who are the sharks. They're the people who they're going to go get it. They're going to figure out how to break that comp plan as quickly as possible. They're going to figure out how to do above and beyond in that first 24 to 72 hours of their business, because that's what really counts. So I want to show you guys something really quickly. Is it okay? Put a 1 in the chat if it's okay if I give you guys some really quick nuggets that you can do for the next 90 days. You don't even have to tell anybody about it. And you'll know if you do it or not, because your income will match, right? We're gonna get rid of like old trophies. I used to have this person who got on my freaking nerves, but this is the one thing I took away that he said. He was like, don't be talking about your old trophies. I did 100,000 a month. That was in 2020. Did 50,000 a month in 7 days. I was in 2021. Did 30 something thousand in 1 month in 24 days in another company, and had a lot of success in. That was the past, right? Well, what am I going to do right now? It's the only thing that matters. So we're not going to focus on our old trophies and companies we were in 20 years ago. We're going to focus on what's right in front of us. Okay. So let me give you guys some quick nuggets, and then I'll unmute you so you can ask some questions. And thank you for those of you guys, who really showed up today. So this is kind of a show and tell. I'm calling this, show and tell 101. So how to get to vice president. We have 2 opportunities. Some of you guys are in Transact Card with us. Some of you guys are in Sweet Life with us. Some of you have decided to take advantage of both of these opportunities, and you're going to double dip, which is pretty amazing. Okay. How do you get to VP in the company? Because that pays up to $12,500 a month in Transact. That's probably going to kick in around March. And it's part of the reason why, number one, I decided to launch a new program, because people have short attention spans. I can see it because some of my senior managers, 13 senior managers, almost 100 managers, have already mentally and physically checked out on their teams. They're like, oh, the monthly hasn't kicked in yet, so I'm just gonna, chill, right? Not a good thing, but it happens. So that's why I pick up the slack when there's not great leadership, okay? But that's why it's important for you guys to get to know the people inside of your organization, because you want to always be supporting them, okay? Also, how do I knock out that $36,000 bonus in Sweet Life, right? They give you a year to do it. You don't need a year. You honestly need a focused 90 days, and you'll have $36,000, and it's going to hit every month for 6 months. So this is a legend training. This is going to show you guys just some things that I do. And I want you guys to understand, I love Tupac, but I love Tupac, who was the activist, right? Not the rapper. But Tupac was actually very much a social entrepreneur when he was in high school. He was an activist. He was actually going to move to Atlanta, Georgia, and become the next Black Panther, I'm sorry, it just slipped my mind. He was going to be a part of the new Black Panther Party. Read it. It's pretty interesting. But then he joined Digital Underground and became a rapper. Darn it. They always take the good ones, right? And turn them into rappers. But Tupac was always very honest. And if you look back at some of his work that he did before he started getting in trouble and getting jaded, he died at 23, guys. What were you doing at 23? I think people forget that. Some of these very influential people are dying and they're 20 something years old. Can you imagine if you didn't make it beyond 20 something years old? What would you have really truly accomplished? So I love this meme. He says, just because I'm being real doesn't mean I'm being negative or mean. So I want to just give you guys some really true things that you need to be doing in your business. Hold on, let me put this on an animation so you guys can see it. Hold on. I'm on my TV. All right, here we go. So I'm going to do this really quickly because I want to hear what you guys have to say, and I've been talking for 17 minutes. So everybody type in the chat, me versus me, okay? This business has nothing to do with your sponsor, okay? It has everything to do with you, what your work ethic is like, what you tell yourself on a daily basis, your personal development, right? Some people have very high inflated confidence. I used to tell my daughter this. I love her to pieces, but I kind of had to break my daughter down and as her volleyball coach and like, you're not that good yet. I had to tell her. She's so cute and adorable, but I had to tell her, like, you're not that good yet. Like, you got work to do. So don't be patting yourself on the back all the time. Like, you can pat yourself on the back a little bit, but I need you to really look at your game, and you need to elevate your game. And you're competing against you every single day. So if I see you come out here and halfway do something, but you still think, oh, I did a really great job, I know it's not your best. So I'm going to say, yeah, good job. But hey, if you want to halfway do something, you better do it at the YMCA. I'm not paying, $15,000 a year for you to play club, and you're going to halfway do stuff. So I want you guys to understand, when you get into these businesses, would you hire you as an employee for this business? Would you? Would you hire 10 of you? And you don't have to tell me right now, but rhetorical question. Answer this question for yourself. Yes or no? Would you hire you? Would you want 10, 20 of you on your team? Would your organization grow if you had a whole team of you? And I strive to make sure that when I do this business, nobody can say to me, oh, why join the business and nobody helped me? Why join the business and I had a bad sponsor? Like, you will never say that about me, right? Ever. Because I strive to really, truly support my team the way that I would want to be supported. So here's what you guys, if I were you, this is what I would do. Okay. Rank up to bank up. Take notes, guys. Somebody type that in the chat. Rank up to bank up, and somebody type the word system in the chat. I always make money. I don't care if tomorrow I go sell bubble gum and toothpicks and, whatever. I'm going to launch my business the same way. I signed up my 16th person in Sweet Life, and it's only been 6 days since we've been in the program. 16th person. And it's not the people that were in Transact Card, not all of them, right? I've signed up, half of those people are new people. And my goal is to sign up 30 people this month. So I got work to do because I know it's a law of numbers, and not all of those people are joining the program to make $1 million. Some of them just absolutely love these products. When I was in Transact Card, I signed up 35 people, I think. I lost count of how many personals I signed up. And I did it because I got my business off the ground immediately. I didn't talk about it. I took action. So you got to follow the system. We're going to talk about that. I also want you guys to understand promotion and marketing materials are super important. Use Remini and get a professional photo. Please don't put photos of yourself out there and the picture's fuzzy. And I want you guys to start following in the footsteps of these kids out here. And I'm going to show you. These kids are network marketers. Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. They're not really on Facebook too much. YouTube, right? Do you guys know that these young people are actually network marketers? They just do it in the 21st century. Right? They're out here making reels and videos and getting paid. Robert Dean's son is one of the top networkers, influencers in the country. He was paid $400,000 by YouTube. He has a deal with Nike. He gets paid $5,000 a week just to wear a t-shirt because he's got 1 million followers on Instagram, I believe. He's verified. His name, it's Robbie's World, right? And he makes these funny videos. But I watched little Rob, right, sit at a table and ask his dad for a camera. And his dad's like, look, this has got to start making you some money. You ain't just going to keep asking me for money. And little Rob went out there, who's not little. Little Rob is like a big dude, but he went out there and made it happen. He was grinding it out. He made a gazillion videos. He marketed himself. And now, he got his teeth fixed. They spent $60,000, got his teeth fixed for free because he markets online. But here's the problem with our age group. Typically, we think we're going to bring people into our business by being turtles in a shell, right? We think we're going to have people join us, and we don't have a YouTube channel. We don't have a solid social media, anything. We don't post. We don't make real list. We don't call everybody and tell them, because you want to tell your friends and family first, because they're going to be the first ones to ask you for money. So tell them first. We don't launch our businesses. We're not promoting ourselves, but we want people to join our business. So what's the answer to that, guys? Everybody type this in the chat. Learn a new skill set. I've been getting in my older team's butts when they message me and say, oh, I'm just old. And I'm like, no, you're not. That's an excuse. You're speaking that into existence. You can learn anything if you put your mind to it. But the more you keep telling yourself what you can't do, guess what? You're not going to do it. Well, Megan Lynch is your teacher. And just because I'm being real doesn't mean I'm being negative, but I'm not going to listen to that from you for very long before I don't answer your phone calls, because that negativity will seep into my subconscious and I can feel it fester, and it almost makes my stomach hurt, right? When I'm listening to it. And then I don't want to bite anybody's head off. So I'm just like, okay, no problem. I'm going to encourage you, but listen, whatever you tell yourself is the truth. Somebody put that in the chat. I said a mouthful. Whatever you tell yourself is the truth, right? I think I'm one of the flyest people in the world. I think I am one of the, realest women in the world. Like Cat Williams said, you better encourage your darn self. Don't be waiting for somebody else to do it. I don't need anybody else to encourage me because I'm gonna do it myself. I don't need outside motivation. I'm gonna do it myself. My fiance is very much this way too. He's way worse than I am, but he's like, I don't need the motivation. I'm motivation enough. So I want you guys to start to market yourself. And then guess what? You got to get your business off the ground with some force. You got to get that airplane moving. And then the law of inertia says that it's going to take off and you're not going to be able to stop it. But some of you guys are trying to like go real fast the first day. And then when somebody says no, it's like, oh man, this business doesn't work, right? Get your list together. Launch your business. It says for real. Launch it for real. I don't care if those people said no to you last week, last month, last year. You don't know where they are right now in their lives. You don't know what they need. So I need you guys to launch your business for real. And then create a personal Facebook Messenger group. So I have, for Sweet Life, I signed up 16 people. I have a private group with me and them because they can't hide in the chat, right? I'm sending some prayers to Miss Ruby. Ruby, she actually had to go to the hospital. Her stomach is really messed up. But guess what? I got a message from Sophia. Sophia's signed up by Mina Motiani. Mina was signed up by Ruby. I signed up Ruby. Ruby has the biggest organization in Sweet Life right now. And she's got a pretty big organization in Transact Card. But I know where she is because she's my leader. So guys, listen. Create that personal Facebook group so that you can keep track of your business and you can see if your business is growing. So every day, my goal is to add a new person that I personally sponsored to my Facebook Messenger group. And here's why I love Facebook Messenger is because you can see if people have seen your messages. They can't hide. Their little face drops down. Okay. So that's why I opt for Facebook Messenger over Telegram, because Telegram people hide in there. Okay. Put some ones in the chat if I'm helping you guys out. Okay. Somebody just asked, Megan, can I please get into your group? Oh, I would love to have you in there, but not in my personals group. Okay. I love you to pieces, but what I want you to do is duplicate me. And I need you to now go have a group where it's just you at the top and all of your personals, right? Because then you're going to be able to see if it's growing or not. Here's what I want you guys to do too. This is really important. Everybody type the word juice in the chat, right? You want to start juicing people's posts. When you see me type that in the group, I'm going to say, hey, I just posted, go juice my post. That means comment on my post. If you guys want engagement on social media, you have to engage with other people. So it's a quick thing that I do in the morning. And write this down, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, something about the algorithm. That's a good time to post at 7 o'clock because people are getting off work and they're starting to look at their social media. And I do want to tell you that Facebook is a business. So if you're not buying ads or you're not getting your algorithms up, nobody's seeing your stuff. I don't care if you have 5,000 followers, nobody sees it. Facebook is a business. TikTok is a business. Twitter is a business. YouTube is a business. Pay for ads if you have to. You might pay $2 a day and boost a post. That just means more people are going to see it. But I want you guys to know when you post things on social media, unless you're commenting on other people's stuff, Facebook isn't going to allow those people to see your stuff because you're not paying Facebook. It's a business. Okay. Put a 2 in the chat if that makes sense for you guys. These are just little tricks that I've learned along the way. Go comment, just comment on somebody's post and say, hey, that's great. Fantastic. And then the algorithm will kick in and they'll start to see your stuff as well. Okay. Also, guys, let's talk money. You versus you. These are things that you can do for your business. You want to have a team huddle at least once a week with your team. I meet with you guys on Mondays strategically because Monday starts the real week. I meet with you on Fridays, Focus Friday. I do a call on Sunday. It's, at night typically. But my team huddles, I'm meeting with you guys at least twice a week so that you can see me and hear me and I can see who my real leaders are. And it's tough in the morning, I know, because people are at work. So you may want to do your team huddle at a time that everyone can get on. And then guys, listen, you want to track your business numbers daily. How many of you guys just put a me in the chat if you go into your Transact Card back office or your Sweet Life back office or whatever business you're in with us, because we have a couple other opportunities, and you look at your numbers every day, right? But then here's the question. Once you look at your numbers, then what do you do? Because I guarantee you, ExxonMobil is looking at their numbers every single day. They know what their business is going to do. Guarantee you that these big companies are looking at their numbers every day because it's a business. Guarantee you that Mark Zuckerberg is looking at his Facebook numbers and figuring out how to gain more followers or whatever because it's a business. So my question for you is, are you really serious about making money, or are you a dolphin? You just want to hang out at the convention. That's okay. Right? But let us know, let your sponsor know what you are so that they can go work with those people who want to change the world. They want to create income and impact at the same time. And then last thing I want to tell you guys is, this is kind of harsh. We couldn't say this in my house. My kids couldn't. Like, if somebody called somebody a liar, whew, right? Anybody else out there? If you called somebody a liar in your house, like, you wouldn't dare say that to a parent. Be honest with yourself, though. I want you guys to really, truly think about being honest with yourself. I've had to be super honest with myself, just about like working out. I tore my Achilles, so I was like, man, I really need to do physical therapy, or I'm not going to be able to be the way that I used to be. So I had to be honest with myself. I needed to stop lying to myself and, oh, well, I'm trying. Are you really? And this is a conversation I have with myself about everything, right? I want to be a better parent. I want to be more patient with my daughter or with my 21-year-old son, and I have to bear the cross every day, right? Because sometimes I just want to like get it together, I just want to snap off on people, but I know I can't, because there's a responsibility and you don't want to hurt people's feelings. But sometimes you do have to be honest. My fiance, he's a Scorpio, and if you've ever dated a Scorpio, he's very blunt and honest, but he doesn't really get upset or raise his voice, but he doesn't allow you to like say things that aren't 100% true. So I've had to learn him and be really patient and stuff, because I would just like, Scorpio and Tauruses are really good together, but they also are like, can be not good together. So I just had to kind of be honest with myself. So I want you guys, don't lie to yourself. Are you really working this business the way that you're supposed to work this business? Okay. Again, just because I'm being real doesn't mean I'm being negative. Okay. I also want to tell you guys this. Let me give you some tidbits real quick. Success will be the best revenge. Stop trying to prove things to other people and just become successful. Simple. I still have people, my oldest students from high school are actually 43. Isn't that crazy? 42, I think, 42. I'm 45, but I started teaching high school when I was 21. Crazy, huh? 21, and my students were 18. Couldn't you imagine? And some of those high school kids are still they're 40 something years old, still talking about what their mom and dad didn't do for them. Get over it. Like, you're going to have to at some point get over it. Nobody cares when you're 40, 50 years old that what your parents didn't do for you. At some point, you're going to have to like get over it. At some point, you're going to have to like say, hey, this happened to me. And I read this book, write this book down. And if you don't have time to read the book, I want you to read the quotes on Google today. Go to Power of Now quotes. Okay. Can I give you guys some homework? Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, Tolle. Power of Now. It'll change your life. You don't have time to read the whole book today. So what I want you guys to do is go to Google and type in Power of Now quotes. And there's this one quote that says, well, two quotes. Nothing will ever happen in the past. It will only happen in the now, like the present. Nothing will ever happen in the future. It will only happen in the now. Like the now is all you have. Time is an illusion. So while you're thinking about what happened in the past, right, you're not living in the present right now, which is going to shape your future, which means that your past is going to repeat in the future because you're not living in the present. I only focus on like right now, today. Like, what am I going to do tomorrow? I have no idea. I really don't. And I love it that way. I don't know until like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning when I start planning my day because it's already the next day. I don't worry about tomorrow. It'll take care of itself. So if you ask me what my schedule is, I really don't have any idea. I'm only doing what is necessary at this moment because believe it or not, guys, there are people today that won't make it to midnight. Isn't that crazy to think about and sad? And I'm just kind of weird this way. I always think when something tragic happens and someone loses their life tragically, I always hope and pray. I'm like, Lord, please, I hope they woke up that morning and told everybody they loved them and had breakfast and enjoyed the day and wasn't stressing and was just living in the moment. That's what I hope, right? Because you have no idea. Like all you have is right now. That's it. So I want you guys to do this. A picture is worth 1,000 words. If you want to plan for the future, like plan for the future in the now. I'll tell you kind of what I did one time. Make a vision board. I made this one vision board one time and it said, it had like broken up what I wanted to get accomplished with my family, what did I do? I did family, I did my income, I did my relationships, I did the world, right? And I broke it up into sections. And this isn't mine. I just stole this off the internet. This is not a woman thing either. You got to do a vision board and you put things on there that are going to remind you of what you want to get accomplished because it might make you focus a little bit more today because today is all you have. That's it. It's all you have, right? Or I think I'm going to do this one. Make yourself get one of those little notebooks, like a composition notebook. It's 50 cents at the dollar store. And go cut out some pictures, go print out some colored pictures and make yourself a vision booklet. And when you get sidetracked, flip through that booklet and ask yourself, am I focused right now enough to have the things that I say that I want? Or are you lying to yourself? Are you just like, oh, I'm going to build a legacy of one day. And if you're not working on it today, every minute of the day, and you're almost obsessing about it, guess what? It's not going to happen. Sorry. I'm here to allow you to lay on the couch one time with me, like lay on the couch and tell me all your problems because I want to know. And then I'm going to say, okay, great, let's go to work. What are we going to do about them? There's no crying in entrepreneurship, right? So make your booklet, guys. I hope this is helping you. One last thing I want to say, and then I'm going to give you guys the last 20 minutes because we're getting off of here at 1. We're going to keep it to an hour. Get your business off the ground. Now, please don't think I'm being mean, but right now I only have time and energy for people who are serious about their business. I only have time for people to be giving their 2 cents on calls who are actually taking action and working on their business. Sometimes people they want to be a part of the mix, right? But they're not giving to the team, right? And you might not be a huge builder, guys, but you better be doing something for the organization if you're not bringing bodies into the business, right? You couldn't go to your job and show up and sit in the break room with your feet up, and every time somebody came in the break room, you want to give your 2 cents and you want to be talking and sharing and doing everything else. And people are like, we're out here on the line working, and you're sitting in here in the break room with your feet up. Are you guys feeling me, right? Give me something. Am I being too, am I okay? Give me a 1 if I'm like, it's okay if I could just be transparent, because I know you guys are thinking this in your own business. And I'm just giving you some tools, and I'm telling you, I'm not talking to you. Like, if you feel like I'm poking at you, it's because that's how you feel about what you're doing in this business. I'm not talking to anybody specifically. I'm telling you guys how you have to run your business like a boss. Somebody type boss in the chat. You don't have to be a boss bee. Just be a boss, right? But don't be a boss to other people. You don't have to boss other people around. You got to boss you around, because if you don't start being the boss, you're going to spend the rest of your life being bossed around, right? I think I'm a crappy employee, because unless you're going to pay me 20, 30, 50,000, 100,000 a month, and I get to do whatever I want and make my own hours, and I don't have to listen to anybody, I'm probably not going to do well at your job. I know that about me, right? Because the minute somebody says something out of line, I'm sitting here thinking like, I could be working for myself and making what I'm making in a month. I could do that in a couple days in my business. So I just don't put myself in that position. But listen, your business will fail if you fail to launch it. And I'm talking about launch it for real. I'm talking about with my personals that I've signed up in my business. I'm about to put them through the ringer for the next 7 days. This is my first 7 days in business, and I've referred 16 people. I have close to 40 people inside the organization, almost $900 worth of fast start bonuses, almost $600 worth of cycles already, guys. It's been 6 days. I got some business partners right now. Ruby's in the hospital, but Ruby is killing it. Her organization is booming as well. Amani, her organization is booming as well. I have leaders who are presenting on Transact Card, Amani and Monique Coles and Sherry. Sherry does back office training for both of our businesses. So my question is like, are you getting your business off the ground? What are you showing your team? So the only conversation you guys should have with your new business partners is, welcome to the team. What day and time is your private launch? That's all I want to know. Because for the next 90 days, I'm going to work with the workers. That's it, right? I'm going to work with the workers, and all 16 of my people, I'm launching their businesses privately. I don't care if there's 5 to 10, 3 to 5 people on that Zoom call. I'm launching every single one of them. So I got a lot of work to do. I'm launching every single one of their businesses, because then when they bring in their people, I want them to do the same. So I have to show them how to do it. Okay. So we're going to get these businesses off the ground. Launch your business. Success is a marathon of consistency walked out one day at a time. Success is a marathon of consistency walked out one day at a time. You only have today. Okay. So I need you guys to win. Everybody type that in the chat. You got to win the day, right? You got to win the day. Win the day. All right. So hopefully that was helpful, everybody. Let me throw this back up here real quick. Okay. Last thing I want to show you guys is this is how you should run your business if you want it to be successful. Me versus me. You got to huddle up with your team. Get a team chat, right? Add your team to that chat, a personals chat. So you're working just with your people you personally signed up, so they can't hide, okay? Do it right this time, okay? I want you guys to just try this time in this business. Make a list of 50 to 100 people ASAP. I need you to contact your top 15 to 25 people today, not tomorrow, today. And I'm doing a call on Saturday for Sweet Life at 3 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. Eastern on Sunday. And I want you to launch your business. We do I'm also doing a private launch for Transact for somebody at 1 o'clock, right? Or at 2 o'clock, 2 Eastern. I think I have 4 calls on Saturday. So contact your top 15 to 25 people, launch your business. If you're only in Transact Card, got to get a launch scheduled and take it seriously, because if you want me to launch your business, I just need to know that you respect my time and that you've tried to call everybody possible before I give you a whole hour of my life that I'll never get back. That's what you guys have to do. You got to make sure that your people, if they do launch, they take it seriously. Confirm at least 10 people. Make sure that 10 people, don't text them, have said, okay, well, what is it? Well, listen, I don't have time to talk. Just get on. Don't be late. You're going to get an opportunity to meet. I feel like some people where you might have some synergy with those people. They may be able to take you to the next level. Never know. So don't be late. I'll call you after the call. I want to get your feedback. You guys got to make it a priority for people to show up. You're not making it a priority if they're not showing up. You're like, hey, I'm, doing this business. I know I was doing something last week but people join winners, right? They join people who are confident. So if you're not confident, you've got to work on your self-confidence, personal development, watch some videos, look at your bank account, do a vision board and ask yourself, is what I'm doing at my job right now going to give me what I say that I want? And if the answer is no, then make a decision, get mad. MAD stands for make a decision and do something different, right? Launch tomorrow on the call, but I want you guys to launch big for those of you guys who are in that program. Follow up immediately. Some of you guys, you're getting people on the call and then you don't do 3-ways afterwards. I know because I'm waiting for my phone to ring and there's no 3-way calls happening. And then you say, oh, well, I talked to them and they said, no. You call them and say, hey, Jackie, you made the call, right? Hold on 2 minutes. I want to introduce you to the speaker real quick. All right. I just want to make sure, that you get a chance to meet her, whether you want to be in the program or not. Let me give you a chance to just meet the speaker, right? Never know what kind of synergy. Don't give them an option. Did you get on the call? Hold on 2 minutes. Hey, Jackie, I want to introduce you to the speaker. She's phenomenal, right? Make them understand that they need us. They need to be a part of our organization, not the other way around. Introduce your new people to a leader ASAP, just in case something happens to you in your life and you have to check out for a moment. Your people are still taken care of. Plug them into the system immediately. Make sure they're inside of the groups and then make sure they understand our system. Ask them if they want to be a customer. Do you want to be a business owner? Can I help you to do that? And rinse and repeat over and over and over again. Okay. So, all right. Whew. This teaching pays a lot more than my high school teaching, right? So I'm excited. I want to go ahead and open it up. Hopefully this was helpful. Did you guys get some nuggets, yay or nay, in the chat? Hopefully it was helpful for you. And then toward the end, I want to show you guys something because there's this new feature for those of you guys who are in Sweet Life. Yeah, I got to see it. Okay, I got to show you something. And for Sweet Life, we are planning, put this on your calendar. I'm pushing for March 23rd. March 23rd in Florida, Fort Myers, at the home office March 22nd, 23rd, 24th, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We're looking for a leadership retreat at the home office. We get to spend 3 days, walk through the office, 12,000 square feet. There's a spa there. We're going to hang out, have dinner. We're going to do some team bonding, and we're going to really, truly break down how we're going to take over and bring this company to the world, since was only 1,000 people in the company. We want to put in 5,000 people over the next 90 days. So we're going to go to work, but we're going to go out to Fort Myers with the owner and we're going to have a phenomenal time. I think we're getting a big Airbnb too, to do some of our trainings and Super Saturday and everything else, but it's going to be an extensive training. Put that on your calendar. I should know by Monday if that's the date. 22nd is a Friday, 23rd, 24th. Okay. So really big deal, leadership retreat. Oh, and then May 14th, put this on the calendar. May 14th, we will probably be right here in Indianapolis because it's my birthday and I want to have a party. We're going to do, we're going to have some good times. We're going to work our business. We're going to work and have fun at the same time. So put May 14th on your calendar as well. And then we'll be in other people's cities too, leading up to that. So we're going to go and be planting seeds wherever the biggest teams are. We're going to set up Super Saturdays in those cities this entire year. So I'm excited about that. Okay. Oh, May 14th is a Tuesday. So it'll be like that weekend. So whatever that weekend is, let me see. The 11th, that 10th and the 11th. Yep. Okay. Let me stop. Let me unmute you guys. Oh, yay. Desiree, it's your birthday. We'll do a dual birthday. Okay, guys, so remember, stick around just for a couple minutes. I got to show you something, especially if you're in Sweet Life. You got to see this. We're about to knock out these big bonuses. So I think you guys are going to be really interested to see what I have to show you. Okay. Who has a question about anything? This is a Leadership Focus Friday call. Go ahead, unmute for me. Ask me any question that you need to ask. Let me pause this recording though.